Hello, hello. It's me, Dan, back from my travels, live and direct again. Hello, Elle. Hello, Hummus. How are you guys? So, Felicia was going to stream. We were going to do Lego Horizon Adventures today, like usual. But she had work to do. She had some last-minute work pop up. So instead of doing Lego Horizon Adventures, I'm just going to continue Atari 50 and finish Atari 50. We have the second DLC to go here. The first console war, as it's called here. And yes, thank you, Elle. I'm glad to be back. What was I saying? So yeah, so we're going to do the last DLC. We're going to finish it. We're going to do the whole thing today. It's going to take probably around 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours. Hopefully slightly less, because I do have to go to bed. But I do want to finish this today and finish it off and do all the Atari 50. So here we go. The first console war. When Intellivision challenged the Atari 2600's dominance, their battles set the stage for every historic gaming rivalry that followed. And as we know, there's going to be documents. We're going to look at all of them. There's going to be videos. We're going to watch all of them. And there's going to be games. We're going to play all of them. All right. Whose side are you on? What if the company behind the Intellivision also created cartridges for the Atari 2600? The answer was M Network, and the story starts in the late 1970s. Mattel Electronics. A successful toy manufacturer since the mid-1940s, Mattel expanded into handheld electronic games with Auto Race in 1976 and Football in 1977. When both became huge hits, the fledgling Mattel Electronics division looked for its next electronic success. And here's what that looked like. Interesting. Oops. Auto Race. So it's a bit like it's mechanical, but also electronic. That's kind of cool. Logan finished playing all 2600 games recently. Nice. Good. Did he actually finish them, or did he do like me, where he just plays a little bit of them and then stops? Okay. Here's a 4-minute video. Intelligent Television. Atari's success with the VCS led Mattel to consider the potential of a TV-based gaming machine. However, the cutting-edge Intellivision would come from humble beginnings within the toy maker's halls. All right, here we go. 4-minute video. Let's go. Oh, let me...
After the success of the Atari VCS,
there we go.
Mattel, as a toy company, looked at this and said, maybe we should consider getting into this business.
They started their Mattel Electronics division releasing handheld games. Their handheld football, which was an LED game, was a smash hit.
Somebody had the idea that the TI, Texas Instruments calculator chip,
I had a TI calculator.
could also be used for games. It worked in calculators. We could make a game out of it. That's where those handheld games came
I don't know where it is now.
When I first saw it, I'm like,
I had a TI 85 or 86.
The field is only this big. How is this 100 yards? And then, of course, you play it and you realize you have to go multiple times to get a touchdown. But oh man, it was great.
The Atari VCS was being sold in toy stores. Mattel did not like giving up shelf space
Is this loud enough, by the way?
and consumer dollars in toy stores.
Let me make it a little bit
And
louder.
I think as much as anything, it's that sense of holding your position, holding market share in the toy industry. That plus the sense that there was a potential here, I think, is what drove the decision.
Mattel saw that Atari was making lots of money, hand over fist, making video games, and decided to make their own console, which they called the Intellivision.
They had an outside consulting group make a set of initial games for the machine for the play test.
They contracted with a company run by a man named Glenn Hightower to develop the system and develop cartridges for it. So he ran this company, APH Technology Consultants. Mattel found him and contracted him and his company to produce the system and the games.
Oh, that's cool, Hummus. I didn't know they had gaming
1979,
computers.
the end of 1979, they
I only knew about their
test-marketed
calculators.
the Intellivision, and then it went full release in 1980.
They test marketed the
Hey!
Intellivision video game console in Fresno,
That's
California.
my neck of the
It
woods where I was
tested out great.
born and
And
raised.
this was late 1980, and that was when the radio ad got put on the radio. I was actually driving home from work one day, and I heard an ad on the radio, and the ad said, "Do you want to work in the exciting world of video games?" And I didn't know whether to look down at the radio or look up to God if I was being talked to it this way. And would you like to help shape the future of this exciting new entertainment medium? At first, they did not believe that I had been programming video games for 9 years. Eventually, they realized I was telling the truth, and I got hired as one of the original 5 in-house programmers at Mattel. So the original 5 team members at Intellivision on day one were Gabriel Baum, who was our manager, Mike Minkoff, John Soule, myself, Rick Levine. The consultants at APH who had been working on the test market games also continued to stay involved, and I also were working on games in parallel to us. But like modern video game companies, Mattel realized they wanted to control the development themselves, and that's why they built an in-house team. If you were a toy designer or you worked for the toy company, you turned left and you went into what was then a modern office tower. If you turned right, you went down into where we were, except that was a converted warehouse.
The entire video game division, we were in a separate building. And at lunchtime, we were allowed to walk down this middle corridor to the lunchroom, and everybody's doors in the toy company, all the doors were closed. And it was like, you're not allowed to go into any of those doors. It was very like, secret, secret, secret. And then we would go and we'd have lunch, and then we would go back. And one day we're walking down that corridor, and some like little like motorized car was zooming around. It was like, oh, there's life, there's a toy, but it went through a door and then closed. And so we were outsiders.
All right. So actually, not this trip to the U.S., but last year's trip to the U.S., I picked up the Intellivision, like mini Intellivision, so it has like a bunch of games built in. But I haven't really played it yet. Intellivision arrived, so it looks exactly like this, only slightly smaller. After successful tests during the 1979 holiday season, the Intellivision rolled out nationwide in early 1980, offering 10 games and the promise of add-ons that would turn the console into a home computer. Mattel priced the machine at $299 USD, a full $100 more than the Atari VCS. And there it is. Those are some shitty controllers, by the way. They're not great. I don't like them. I played, like, when I bought the mini Intellivision, I tested it out a little bit while I was still at my parents' place in California. And yeah, they suck. They're not good. I got another video here. Playing and programming the Intellivision. Interacting with the VCS and the Intellivision felt as different to players as it did to its programmers. Both groups share their experiences here. Oh, by the way, the reason that Atari, like that Intellivision stuff can be put on the Atari 50 is because Atari has bought over the Intellivision. Whatever existed of Intellivision has been bought over by Atari. So they're now one company.
Atari developed this joystick, which is just a stick coming up, and you can move it with the Atari in 8 different directions: forward, backward, left, right, and then the 4 diagonals. And that controlled the object on the screen. Intel decided to go better than that.
Better? Are you sure?
Intel controller is a
the disc. All right, fine. The
with
disc, sure.
this disc on the bottom, a round disc, but 12 buttons over it. Anyway, what the disc was, you can press it in any of 16 directions, and that controlled what goes on the screen. If you're used to a joystick, it's difficult to work with.
I didn't like the controller. I didn't like the controller. I didn't like it.
I mean, a joystick with a button, that feels like a video game. This other one felt like an accounting package.
Yeah.
Intellivision had the bad interface versus the joystick. Things like that were just things you would argue over all the time.
It felt maybe even like the games were very soft. They weren't edgy.
I'd say visually the Intellivision looked a lot better, but also the 2600, because of its requirement for drawing the screen, meant that every game had to run at 60 frames per second.
Like even today we had discussions like, can we get to 60 frames a second? And like every Atari game that exists is 60 frames a second, because if they didn't, they have to hit that or the screen won't draw, you know? So no Atari game has any sort of lag or anything, because they had no option to have lag.
How many 2600 games were made? 600 in the original few years of the console? That was possible because the software controlled everything, and in the Intellivision, the hardware did what it could do and nothing else.
Out of all the systems I've worked on, the one actually that kind of bested me was the Intellivision, because it's such a unique architecture.
The instruction set for the Intellivision was not an 8-bit instruction set. General Instruments made it 10 bits wide. So when we wrote instructions, we had more opportunities, more things we could do in assembly language because it was 10 bits wide. Basically, it just means we had a book with more pages.
Damn, hummus, is that
listing
right?
The dictionary of what we could
That's
do.
expensive.
You hear stories about how some engineers just couldn't quite get the Intellivision to do what they wanted. And the reason some of the games are slower is because that understanding of that architecture is very challenging. So games could run really fast on the Intellivision. You just had to do it a certain way. And most people try to approach programming the Intellivision like they would the Atari 2600 or an old 8-bit computer. They thought that's the way you should do it. But in fact, the Intellivision has a very specific way you should be creating games for it.
So it was made with newer technology. And with that technology, they were capable of making more resolution of backgrounds, more colors, not necessarily better colors, but more sprites. I think they could put 8 sprites on the screen.
The Intellivision itself, because they started work on it about 2 years after Atari had started work on the VCS, it had more advanced chips. And so where the Atari was using a 6502 chip, which is a very basic and because of its simplicity, a powerful chip for its time. We were using a GI 1610 chip, which had 16-bit logic in it as opposed to 8-bit. Everybody says, oh, 8-bit, 16-bit. Well, Intellivision was kind of 3 different kinds of bits. We were very confusing.
The thing is, once we programmers started doing tricks and making the Atari 2600 do things that it was not supposed to do, we ended up with more sprites than the Intellivision. I did a game called Freeway, and Freeway had 10 moving sprites on the screen.
In many cases, a lot of engineers that were on the Atari went to Intellivision and vice versa. And then many engineers that went on to third parties like Activision and whatnot would end up working on multiple platforms. So they'd work on Intellivision and Atari.
I mean, I was at a CES one day showing Pitfall, and the Intellivision programming crew came around. I remember just kind of standing behind them, and they were saying, how do you make a swinging vine that would use all 8 of our sprites? There would be nothing left for Pitfall Harry. And so the swinging vine is a trick. It's a programming trick. And without it, Pitfall doesn't exist.
All the companies in the Bay Area particularly that were working on Atari and Intellivision games were told not to intermingle, not to hang out with people from the other companies because of company secrets being let loose, and nobody wants anybody to know what anybody else is working on.
But occasionally, programmers would run into each other in the mall, and one of them would say, I finally figured out how you did that thing, you know, or whatever. So there was a little bit of interconnection.
But then hearing that they would all get together for beers at people's houses and play the games they're working on with everybody. And so it was like completely opposite of what they were asked to do. But it was a way for them all to keep sane and also to help each other out. Because once everybody was able to share what they had, even though they weren't supposed to, it really helped everybody understand like how they could improve their games and all stuff with all these great designers in the area.
All right, so it's not that the Intellivision was hard to program for, it was just different, and people weren't used to it. All right, the revolution will be advertised. Oh, another video. Man, we got a lot of videos. Intellivision TV commercials and print ads featuring sports writer George Plimpton targeted the weakest points of the Atari VCS with remarkable candor. The ads would set the tone of the first console war. We got another one, and then we got some of the ads down there. All right, so let's do the video, and then we'll play through the ads. A lot of videos immediately at the front.
I'll try almost anything. So when Mattel Electronics asked me to compare their Intellivision games with Atari, I gave it a try.
Mattel started.
I used to
making
sell that guy's
commercials
books a
with
lot at the
George
bookstore,
Plimpton,
George Plimpton.
comparing the two systems.
He was a writer who was brought in as the spokesperson for Intellivision. He would prop up a 2600 game against an Intellivision game and just ask you, basically ask you to tell the difference.
And I think the commercials played that up. You know, as you said, the commercials, you know, implied you were high and mighty if you could afford a Intellivision, and you weren't stuck down in the, you know, dregs with your Atari machine.
As a generation of kids and adults were told every night on television by our Intellivision ads, it was a clearly superior video game console.
And so you'd see this like really amazing baseball game on the Intellivision that like in our eyes back then looked like real baseball. And then you see like some blocks over on the 2600 and weird sounds coming out. And baseball talks on the Intellivision, 2600 makes beeps and that sort of thing. So they would beg you to like compare it yourself and make the decision.
I compared Atari baseball with Intellivision and found Intellivision played much more like real baseball.
Where the Intellivision, which cost $100 more than the VCS, Where it excelled was in the sports games and great graphics.
Our rival television commercials for Intellivision and Atari ran each night, and inside the company we were tracking sales to see how we were doing, and it was very much competition. And of course we wanted to beat them.
Then they showed the two football games, and the Atari football I've always hated. It doesn't
not good.
resemble football at all, where the Intellivision version resembles
Lo.
football.
Then I compared Atari football with Intellivision. Again, Intellivision played more like the real game.
The famous Atari game football was like 3-on-3 or 4-on-4.
Yeah, it's not good.
And that was a travesty to football fans. So the Intellivision felt, hey, we can at least, here's a baseball game, you got all the people on the field. Here's a football game, you have a bigger team.
Our emphasis on sports at Intellivision was just recognizing that those were the games that we were doing that people were most responding to. Most of our best sellers were our sports games, and that was the place where we were clearly beating Atari in the marketplace in terms of people's perceptions.
In my opinion, if you try them both, there's only one conclusion you can come to. Intellivision from Mattel Electronics.
The problem was they didn't have any arcade games, and Atari, being an arcade company, excelled in arcade games. And another problem with the Intellivision was it was a slower system than the VCS because it sacrificed memory for graphics rather than for speed. And so Atari retaliated with their own commercial showing this nerdy looking kid and saying, well, here's Atari's arcade games and here's Mattel's arcade games, and there are no Mattel arcade games.
As an intelligent consumer, I wanted to compare Atari Asteroids with other companies' asteroids. But other companies don't make asteroids.
Atari had one-off games that had great brands that people already knew, and that they could bring those into their home operation. We didn't have that at Mattel. And so we ended up licensing with Data East, but even then we were doing more games that were derivative or copy type, just to try and keep pace with Atari.
Data East has some good
I wanted to compare Atari
games.
Missile Command with other companies' missile commands, but other companies don't make that either.
Well, it probably didn't help that Intellivision came from a toy company. There's an aura there of softness, and Atari was, video gaming.
But ultimately, when you played the games, you could really tell the difference then, because the Intellivision and the way it presented graphics, the frame rate was pretty slow. It was pretty plotting, and the 2600 had this really fast frame rate. So games that were like shooters, racing games, all that stuff on the 2600 felt great, but they looked really nice on the Intellivision.
When it comes to the video games the world wants most, nobody compares to Atari.
So in a normal world, the Intellivision would have come along and blown the Atari out of the water because it seemed to have 4 times as much capability. That wasn't the reality. That was only the anticipation.
Despite all the TV commercials that Mattel ran every night for years saying how we were better, we never caught Atari in video game sales because of that price difference.
It's a pretty big price difference. All right, so we've got those 2 ads, the full ads. So it's the George Plimpton one and then the Nerdy Kid one. So I'll try almost anything. George Plimpton exuded the air of a New England socialite, refined, intellectual, logical. His straightforward, compare for yourself pitch in Mattel's TV ads helped position Intellivision as not only an educated choice, but an obvious one.
I'll try almost anything. So when Mattel Electronics asked me to compare their Intellivision games with Atari, I gave it a try. I compared Atari baseball with Intellivision and found Intellivision played much more like real baseball. Then I compared Atari football with Intellivision. Again, Intellivision played more like the real game. In my opinion, if you try them both, there's only one conclusion you can come to. Intellivision from Mattel Electronics.
Mattel Electronics. All right, then we got our nerdy boy. Oh, wait, sorry. Atari's response to Intellivision's swipes of superiority was to have an intelligent consumer point out that the 2600 offered the arcade hits that the Intellivision lacked. Hey, Great White. All hail the King of the North. Hey, Great White North. How are you? All right, here's our nerdy kid.
As an intelligent consumer, I wanted to compare Atari Asteroids with other companies' asteroids. But other companies don't make asteroids. I wanted to compare Atari Missile Command with other companies' missile commands. But other companies don't make that either. Finally, I wanted to compare the new Atari Warlords. Unfortunately, other companies don't make it. When it comes to the video games the world wants most, nobody compares to Atari.
Good job, nerdy kid. Alright. 2 pictures. Once you compare the two systems for challenge, sophistication, and continued interest, says sports journalist and Mattel spokesman George Plimpton, I'm confident you'll choose Intellivision. So it's another ad. There's a print ad. 2 pictures are worth 1,000 words, it says. I mean, to be fair, those Atari 2600 sports games are pretty naff. See the difference. This 1982 ad draws on sports fan survey data and independent praise to further one of the campaign's core messages. Our sophistication makes the games more challenging. This is apparently George Plimpton isn't the only one who can see the difference. Intellivoice. Mattel's Intellivoice speech peripheral debuted in 1982 at $100, but failed to catch on with gamers. This ad's mention of Night Stalker with its relentless one-eyed robot was likely added to reference the famous voice-enabled arcade game Berserk. However, only 5 games supported Intellivoice, and Night Stalker was not one of them. Now you can tell the difference between Intellivision and Atari with your eyes closed, it says. So it's, yeah, the Intellivoice voice synthesis module. There you go. Oh my god, another video. Oh my god, this one's long. The M Network. Alright, M Network. So actually, a lot of the Intellivision games that we're going to play today, eventually, come from this M Network thing. So it may seem unfathomable to modern, unfathomable, that fucking word, to modern gamers, but in 1982, the manufacturer of Intellivision designed and sold games for its biggest rival, Atari 2600. Was the M Network initiative a cunning business decision or a simple sign of surrender? Unfathomable. Well, that's what Xbox is doing now, right? Xbox, all the games that Xbox is making are making their way over to Nintendo and to PlayStation. Almost all of them. I mean, there's whispers that Halo is coming to PlayStation, which is, who the fuck would have thought that? Right? Like, that's amazing. But yeah, so there you go. Like, all the and look, I've got no horse in the race here. I've played more PlayStation than I've played Xbox, but it's not because I like one more than the other. I think it's just I've enjoyed playing PlayStation for. Actually, I started with Nintendo and then I played PlayStation. So I played a lot of Nintendo, PlayStation. I play less Xbox, but that's just simply because I haven't had Xboxes since like the 360 or maybe even the original one. I'm trying to remember. I think it was a 360. I had the 360 for a bit. But like all the diehard Xbox fans, right, were very happy because Xbox was buying all these studios and making them like Xbox in-house studios. But they're still sort of releasing their games on other systems, right, on PlayStation consoles and Nintendo consoles. So, I mean, and that's good. I wish PlayStation would do the same thing, frankly. I wish PlayStation would release it on I wish Nintendo would release it on everything. Because then I don't have to buy every fucking console. I can just stick to one or two, whichever one feels nicer for me. I mean, let's be honest. I'm always going to buy Nintendo consoles because I'm a Nintendo fanboy. But yeah, I just wish they would do these things, right? Like, I buy Nintendo consoles so I can keep playing my Marios and my Zeldas and my Metroids, mostly. I guess my Kirby's now, too. All right, anyway. Here we go. Play video. 8-minute video. Everyone, get some popcorn. Sit down. Have fun.
Mattel Electronics had no interest in making cartridges for the Atari 2600. What happened was this Glenn Hightower, who made the original cartridges for the Intellivision, he realized he got a bad deal out of it. Whatever games they sold to Mattel, they would get $30,000. Meanwhile, Mattel would turn around and sell like 50,000 copies of the games for a huge amount of money. And so he decided, well, why I should get in on this side. So he had his people reverse engineer the Atari 2600. They started making Atari versions of the Intellivision games.
So I remember when we were in the meeting where we were being told we were going to do this as a company, and we weren't asked, we were told.
It is hard to join a business that there's already 600 products.
Right.
And you're going to try to duplicate
and make a
one of
mark.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. pretty hard.
I mean, that's what they said about Sega, Hummus, and now Sega is on everything,
Why should we sell games for a competing
including
system?
Nintendo.
Also, they're worried that people will look down on them, like, they're jumping on the bandwagon for another company. And then Hightower convinced them there's 10 million Atari VCSs out there. There's 2 million Intellivisions out there. So instead of selling games just for 2 million consoles, you could sell games for potentially 12 million consoles. And Mattel liked that idea, and that's why they went with it.
Once video games really started to take off and become this big boom.
Hold on, we're gonna pause here real quick. Sorry. I think Hummus is right. After the market failure of the Wii U, Nintendo did think people did think that Nintendo was going to go the way of Sega and stop making hardware but continue making software and put their, we'd have Mario on PlayStation and Xbox and stuff, and Zelda on PlayStation and Xbox, because Nintendo was going to stop making hardware after the Wii U. And then they went and made the Switch, and it's become one of the best-selling consoles of all time. So of course Nintendo's going to, Nintendo's staying in the console arena for at least another 2-3 generations. I can't imagine like the Switch 2 to fail at all, right? So like even if it does half as well as the Switch has, I think Nintendo's fine. And yeah, I mean you're right. PC, like the PC master race is correct. You can play anything and everything on a PC. Sometimes you have to find extra legal means to do it, right? But you can do it. So it's just like the PC is clearly the greatest. If you have a good enough PC, it's the greatest gaming machine there is. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those. Excuse me. But I do still play a lot more PC games than I used to, for sure. Switch 2 specs on paper look weak. Doesn't matter, L. It's not like Nintendo's never been about the specs. Like they're never gonna make like something that will rival a PlayStation or an Xbox in terms of hardware. That's not their game. That's not what they do. Nintendo's not about that. Nintendo's always been about let's make a weird thing and hope people like it, right? Like that's what the Wii was. That's what the Wii U was, and the Wii U just didn't do as well as the Wii. That's what the Switch was. Like all these things are just weird fucking consoles with weird fucking controllers or peripherals or whatever the fuck, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. The Virtual Boy didn't work, obviously, but yeah, Nintendo's never been about like, oh, let's make the most powerful system. They could not care less about making the most powerful system. They do not give a fuck. That's not what they're about. I had an Atari Junior, then a Family Famicom console, since an OG NES was way expensive here. Yeah, with an NES cartridge converter, I could rent some NES OGs. Nice. Yeah, gimmicks basically. Sure, maybe, L, but they work most of the time. Like, there's been 2 Nintendo console failures. Everything else has been a smash hit. So, keep going, I say. Keep doing the gimmicks because they work and most people like them. I like them. I mean, I'm one of the few people. I never had a Virtual Boy, so I can't tell you if a Virtual Boy is good or not. But I like my Wii U a lot. I don't think the Wii U should have failed. I think maybe the controller was a bit too big. The with the screen on it was a bit too big, but yeah. Last time Nintendo tried to compete with specs was the GameCube. Did they? Was that actually? Were they trying? Like, honestly, I'm not sure, right? Like, because it seems like the GameCube compared to like the PS1. I mean, I guess. Yeah, all right. You're right, Hummus. You're right. Because I get compared to the PS1, yeah, it's still, and the Saturn, I guess, was that same era. I guess it did sort of compete in that arena. Was it the Saturn or the Dreamcast? I'm not even sure now. Anyway, let's continue.
We had all of these copycat companies trying to come in from the outside, apart from
what happened to my
Atari, Mattel,
actually
Activision, and everybody was trying to start a video game company. So you had Games by Apollo, which some investors started up. You had the Quaker Oats video game division. And I say that and people think, oh, Don's joking. No, there really was a Quaker Oats video game division. When you have all that kind of stuff going on and people trying to build games for Intellivision and for Atari.
Sorry, my mistake, L. I thought it was earlier. But GameCube, PS2, Xbox. PS2 Is the GameCube more powerful than the PS2? Like, honestly asking, because like to me the PS2 has always seemed more powerful than the GameCube. I mean the PS1 sometimes seems more powerful than the GameCube, but at least that I could see sort of more of a thing. Was it really more powerful than? I mean, I believe you guys because I don't know nothing about this sort of thing. Right? I got my, as Elle pointed out, I got my generations wrong. So I will believe you guys, but like, yeah, it's. I'm surprised. I will say that I'm surprised because it seems not as powerful. But okay, I defer to your knowledge. PS2 was the weakest of the three. Okay, had a better GPU and a faster CPU. I gotta play more GameCube games, I guess, because I don't remember. Like, it's been a while since I played a GameCube game properly, so I don't remember. I think the last GameCube game I played was... Well, I guess I'm playing it now, but I'm playing it on the Switch. It's Wind Waker on the Switch. But I think that's... No, sorry, I played it on the Wii U. Excuse me, take it back. Wind Waker came out... Wait, was there a GameCube Zelda? Yeah. Wind Waker came on GameCube. You're right, Wind Waker came on GameCube, but I'm playing the Wii, the updated version, so it doesn't count. Never mind. Yeah, alright, I guess I gotta play a proper GameCube game, because it's been a while. And maybe once I play it, I'll be like, oh yeah, much better than PS2. Resident Evil 4 is a good benchmark game across the three. Ah, good point. I did play Resi 4 on the GameCube recently, I think. I think I did do that. That was one of my Halloween, I played Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 0, both on the GameCube. Alright, let's continue.
At a certain point, I think both companies decided, I don't know who went first or who influenced, well, we should probably be making games for each other because it's now at the point. We make games.
Mattel wants to make Atari games. Everybody has an Atari. We want to sell games. That was what they told us. Atari's everywhere, so let's make games that people will buy because of that.
As the teams evolved and kind of subdivided, one of the factors was those who had experience on 6502, which was quite a few of our programmers at that point. They tended to migrate more towards the VCS, and those who did not certainly were staying on Intellivision.
And I was hired just to do the VCS, nothing else, because I had learned machine language, in college. And the VCS runs on machine language.
Some folks just loved the Intellivision and didn't want to go anywhere. For other people, it was kind of like, oh, we get to go head-to-head with Atari? That would be fun.
There was that added art part, too, of let's be a step above. There was definitely that concept of we're going to be above Astro Smash or whatever those other things are. We're going to be special, high society Atari.
We as a whole, as a group, both M Network and Intellivision, felt like we had really good artists. So when I think about that, what Jane is saying rings true. We were good at combining artists and programmers in a way that brought the best out in both the programmers and the artists.
I was the only woman programmer in the whole group of M Network. I was kind of unaware of how unusual it was. So we were just like a bunch of people, and we all cared about video games and the problems of the VCS and conquering it, and we would share, oh crap, my cycles went too long. I mean, it was a team thing.
Somebody told me, you know that company M Network at CES? That's Mattel. And I said, I don't think so. It doesn't make any sense. And I found out it was. And I said, oh, okay, so they're giving up.
It was called this magazine. It was Electronic Games. But they had this rumor page, and they talked about how Mattel was going to start making games for the Atari 2600. I couldn't get to my friend's house fast enough to be like, victory. Like, there's no way Atari would make games for the Mattel Intellivision, which they would later.
Atari did the same thing. They made games for the Intellivision under the Atari Soft label and other systems too. So there was definitely a lot of back and forth with all these companies once they started cross-selling games across platforms.
But at the time, they were the first to concede, and so I was very excited, not because I wanted the games, which I kind of did, but because I could actually claim victory over my friends that Mattel has to make Atari games to succeed in the game business.
It was just another
Thanks, man. I hope you feel better soon.
It was another revenue stream. And it was a good thing for gamers because you could play the games on whichever system you chose.
A lot of their library was based on Intellivision games, and the Intellivision was a pretty capable console. Visually it looked different from the 2600, but a lot of the games had a lot of depth to them.
The cartridge shape was basically the Intellivision cartridge, but then they had this 2600 weird adapter they plugged into it at the bottom. And so they didn't bother. They could have, if you think about it, the tooling for the adapter was probably more than enough to make an actual cartridge case. But the defiance to be like, no, we're going to make a real Intellivision cartridge and make it look and be evocative of Intellivision, even though they're using it on a 2600, I thought was a really interesting approach for them.
When I heard they were coming out with Atari games, I was in the camp that, yeah, you know, they know that that's the market leader. We might as well jump on the bandwagon. And there were so many. There must have been at least 2-3 dozen companies at that time producing games for the 2600. So what's another one?
You did not like those cartridge designs?
From M Network, and I remember really liking Star Strike on the Intellivision because it felt like the sequence from Star Wars were going to the trench, and that was coming to the 2600. So secretly, I was super excited that I was going to start getting these Intellivision games.
I'm sorry, you're feeling poorly as well.
The hyped Mattel games like Astro Smash, which became Astro Blast, I like that game. And I think it was better to play on the Atari with the joystick than it was to play on the Intellivision with the disc.
One game I played a lot of, probably more than any others, and it's a weird outlier, is Frogs and Flies, which is a port of Frog Bog. Dark Cavern, a good version of Night Stalker, which should have been my favorite. It's one of my favorites, but it was Frogs and Flies. I played a hell of a lot of Frogs and Flies.
They run the gamut as far as being good and bad. But a lot of them are based on Intellivision titles that didn't already exist on the 2600. So I think it's great that they did that.
They pushed the limits of the Atari 2600. So games like Bump and Jump or Air Raiders or even like their football and baseball games, they were pretty impressive games. They looked really close to their Intellivision counterparts, but also had their own unique look, and they had no compromises. So for a company to kind of come in and just try to cash in on the Atari craze, that isn't what it felt like. It actually felt like they were coming in here to make a difference and make really good, solid Atari 2600 games.
So I like to think that we raised the bar. And then maybe others came along and did way better, who knows? But we cracked it. We said, hey, you don't have to do the old hat stuff. You can play with it like it's an instrument. You can pluck the strings different ways.
All right. I'll be the judge of that. Mattel's challenge to let players decide for themselves as to whose games are superior extended to M Network, as this promotional button illustrates. It says, I'll be the judge of that, M Network. Alright, do we finally get to play some games? Soon. Those card designs make it difficult to display. How many Atari cartridge designs are there? Designs are fun. Unscramble and win. This deluxe fold-out advertisement not only offered its readers a puzzle to pique their curiosity, but included a chance to win an entire library of M Network games. DDA, EWN, something's with M Network, home video games. Add new life to Atari VCS with M Network home video games. That wasn't very difficult, guys. For fun and games. Yeah, look at that. That wasn't very difficult. A surprising effect. This advertisement makes it clear M Network intended to raise the visual bar on the 2600. Our graphics don't move, they perform. M Network, the video games that have a surprising effect on your Atari VCS. Nice. Sales to astonish. With its simple colors, bold fonts, and word balloon, this M Network advertisement was designed to appear in early 1980s comic books. Amazing new life forms are taking over Atari VCS. These video games are so exciting. Yeah. Anyone felt that way? You want to rest your mind? Is running 200 kills? Oh yeah. When I get fever dreams, that sucks a lot. And there it is. There's the cartridge, a familiar cartridge. While the M Network cartridge casing was based on the same ones used for Intellivision software, none of the M Network games share the title with their Intellivision inspiration. So there you go. All right, M Network games. The M Network cartridges started appearing in stores in late summer 1982. Facing a crowded market, developers attempted to set a high standard for 2600 software with a lineup of visually striking titles and diverse gameplay. Here we go. We get to play some games finally. Astro Blast. Asteroids and Space Invaders were both massive hits, and Intellivision's Astro Smash combined elements of both. The M Network adaptation, Astro Blast, benefited from the Atari's more responsive joystick controller, but could also be played with paddles. And there's the box. I do like the box design, I gotta say. I like this, like, very... Yeah. I think the main thing missing from boxes nowadays, from physical games, is this sort of, like, design ethos that every game has to have this thing, right? Like PlayStation games kind of do it sometimes, where you have to have that PS5 or PS4 on the top, right? The PS5 is white, the PS4 is blue, on the top of the spine. But not all of them do, because I can see like 2 here that don't have that. At least 2, and I'm sure there's more elsewhere. But yeah, like that's missing, this sort of design ethos of like working around this uniform design and still sort of like showing off your game. Hey, Karumi. Ooh. Anyway, let's play some Astro Blast. Fast-paced space shooter, Astro Blast was an unusual 2600 games as it could be played with either joystick or paddle controllers. For rapid fire, hold down the button, then just focus on hitting targets and avoiding the space rocks as they split into smaller deadly projectiles. Alright. Oh my god. That is hard to... Maybe it's better if I... Nope. Still really fast. I have 8 lives, by the way. Woo. Damn. And only 5 points. Ah! Oh, for fuck's sake. This is very hard to control. He moves so fast. Oh, come on. Yeah, sensitivity is way too high. Oof. 4 more lives. Oh my god. It's back to 0 points. Oh, I didn't see that one. Oh. Last life. Ah! 0 points. Oh, no, I got 110. It gave me 110. I think it uses a paddle. The Activision Atari carts were nice because they had grooves that made stacking easier and balanced well. Like the pink Game Gear boxes, but some were black with yellow grids too. Yeah, you could do paddle. You could do paddle or joystick. It says. All right. Well, I mean that's the sensitivity is too high, and if I can figure out how to turn it down. Yeah, it's really just left and forward, like, yeah. Let me try it again. No, it's still really fast with the, like, now I'm using, oh, fucking hell. Now I'm using the, instead of the, oh god. Oh, shit. Oh, it's actually working a little bit better now. Ah! I'm doing a lot better. Oh. Oh. Ah! I'm doing a lot better. So instead of using the thumbstick, I'm using the directional pad, and it is working better. Oh, that sucked. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, you dick. I lose 100 points every time I die, basically. Ooh. come on. What was that? Ooh. Okay. Oh! Alright. Can we stay above 0? Well, yeah. Alright, 350. Not bad. That was better. Alright. No. How do I... Oh, right. Okay. Not bad. Astro Blast, not bad. Alright. Star Strike. One of the few games to share its name with its Intellivision inspiration, Star Strike's gameplay, in which players try to bomb targets while piloting a speeding starfighter down a narrow trench, recalls the ending scene of Star Wars. If players fail, they'll see the alien superweapon launched at nearby planet Earth. And again, here's our box. Again, it looks... I really like the box design. Why is there an asterisk after Atari? Oh, Atari's a trademark of Atari Inc. Okay. There you go. Alright, let's play some Star Strike. Pilot your starship down the trench of an alien space station and knock out enemy silos in this fast-paced blaster. Unlike other games, you only have one life, so to avoid crashing, keep an eye on your spaceship's shadow. Okay. Now hold on, before I do that, let's look at the controls. Up, left, right, okay. Fire lasers to drop bombs is X. Got it, okay. Wait, am I just dropping... Oh, where am I going? I guess it only switches to missiles when there's something in front of me. Whoa! Oh, I see. It crashes on me. So I can't control... Oh! It messes with my controls. So I press down, but I go up. Ah! Fuck off. I don't know if I'm doing well. Oh, no. No. Ooh, that was close. Nope. Dick. Now what? Oh, when I press down, it drops a bomb. I see. I think I finally landed. I see. It's those little stripes I'm supposed to land a bomb in. Got it. Don't you fucking... Oh, you dick. Uh-oh. Are you gonna shoot... Are you gonna shoot at Earth? No, Earth! Oh, no. Sorry, Earth. Earth. Damn, they blew up the whole planet. My bad. Alright. There you go. That was Star Strike. Hey, Ron Mower! There's an Earth in Star... Not in Star Wars, no. But in this game, yes. Alright, so that was Star Strike. Next, Armor Ambush. Armor Ambush, based on Armor Battle from the Intellivision, looks and plays like a faster version of Atari's own combat, which was itself based on Atari's arcade game, Tank. Designed for 2 players, Armor Ambush features more varied terrain than combat and the ability to swap between 2 tanks during gameplay. I will try to play this. We look at the box art first. But if it is for 2 players, then I'm only going to play a little bit. Wait, hold on. Was there a variation? Probably not, right? Hold on. Let me... Whoops. Fuck's sake. Hold on. Sorry. No. Okay, no variations. Alright, well, we'll play a little bit as the tank. Controls are... Yep. And, okay. Alright, let's go. Is that me? Oh, I got... Oh, I see. I got 2 tanks. Oh, and it's tank controls, guys. Ha ha ha. Walk, walk. Alright, how do I switch? How do I switch? Ah, there we go. Oh, because I can't go backwards, so I have to switch. I mean, obviously this is pretty easy because there is no player 2. So I'm winning by default. I like that when you shoot your gun, you get there's a bit where you don't you can't move for a little while, and of course you go off, so you can't just keep shooting. Actually faster to just keep shooting and then you go back into place automatically. All right, we're not gonna keep doing this because you know, there's no real game here when it's just me. But you know, I played some Armor Ambush. Dead. All right, Dark Cavern, a 2600 version of Intellivision's Night Stalker. Dark Cavern traps players in a single-screen maze with only limited ammunition to destroy the robot enemies. Crafty players discovered that lingering in the spawn area would keep them safe. An unofficial pause mode for when a gamer needed a brief break. Again, that's a nice cover design. I like that cover image there. That's pretty cool. There's the back of the box. Alright, here we go. So I have limited. It's zap or be zapped in this maze game filled with spiders, deadly robots, and ammunition-stealing blobs. There's no way out of this maze, so your only goal is to blast as many enemies as you can before your 5 lives run out. Okay. So this must be similar to Berserk, I'm guessing. Controls are move and fire weapon. Alright, easy enough. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. Okay. Oh, I missed. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh. Okay. So, nobody can get us in here. Spiders. Oh, you dick. You absolute dick. No! Damn it. Okay, we got more bullets. That's good. 1 life left. I hate those pink guys. I guess I gotta wait for the pink guys to come to me. Yeah, keep shooting at the wall, dickwad. Oh, I gotta get a gun. Oh, what? Why? Oh, boo. Alright, not bad. 6,000 points I got, apparently. Alright. That's not as fun as Berserk. Berserk is more fun. But it's not bad. Frogs and Flies. Oh, this is the Digital Eclipse guy's favorite game. Some M Network games earn cult followings for being simply unlike other 2600 offerings. Frogs and Flies delivers exactly what the title promises, an insect-eating competition between 2 players, leaping between lily pads. Like its Intellivision inspiration, Frog Bog, the sky darkens as the day progresses to a game-ending night. And there's our cover art, excuse me. Frogs and Flies, sure. Alright, so this is also a 2-player game, so I won't play it very long. But I will play some of it. Pair of frogs leap between lily pads in a contest to catch the most flies. The surprisingly addictive 2-player contest ends when the sky turns dark and the day in the swamp ends. When set to the harder difficulty setting, you'll have finer control over the angle of your frog's jumps. Let's not do that. Alright, let's quickly check our controls. Jump high, you gotta hold it. Jump low. Jump left, jump right, project tongue. Okay, so, got it. Got it. Oh, I didn't get that one. Ah! That frog's jumping by itself. But it's seemingly not taking its tongue out. Oh, I had that. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright, it is getting darker. I've eaten 6 flies. Oh, shit! Okay. So it is playing. Ah, I missed. Ooh, now we've got us a contest. Oh, motherfucker. Uh-oh. Oh, damn it. Got it. Yeah. Okay, so he only faces the way he faces. Yeah! Fuck you, red frog. Oh, got it. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, you got 2 in 1? You motherfucker. Ooh. Ha ha ha! Oh, I missed that one. Oops. Oh, I missed it. Got that one, though. Yes. Okay, this game... Oh, I got 2 in 1 that time. Bitch, you ain't gonna catch me. Oh. 50, come on. Oh. No, I want 50. Damn it. Oh, so close. Oh, wait. Oh, I missed again. I think that was it. No? I just want 50. Come on. No, let me have my 50 points. Oh. Yes, 50. I win. The end. Oh, I just got the 50. Okay, this is pretty fun. I gotta. Hey, Vinny. That. I enjoyed that. All right, Frogs and Flies. Not bad. That's a good game. I like that game. All right, next, Air Raiders. Flight simulators weren't common in 1982, so the original title, Air Raiders, was an unusual sight on the 2600. Players must successfully take off from the runway to engage in dogfights, but can land to refuel and restock ammo after 10 enemies have been downed. All right, this cover art's okay. Not too great. It's fine. All right, I'm probably gonna suck at this. I'm not very good at a rare hybrid of target shooter and flight simulator for the Atari 2600. Air Raiders challenges players to take off and periodically land their plane between dogfights. In fact, you can only land and refuel once you've downed 10 enemies. Alright, let's find out the controls. Dive is up, climb is down. Oh yes, it's inverted, of course. Bank left, bank right, fire weapon is X. Okay. Alright. Oh. Wait, why didn't that work? Did I get it wrong? Dive? Yeah, dive is up, so climb should be down. Alright, let's try that again. Maybe I have to be faster. There we go. Whoa. Alright, that's two. Oh, what the fuck is that? What's shooting me? Uh-oh. Oh, hello. I like that the things I'm shooting seem to be like side view planes, which is funny. Where was the plane? No, no. Ah! Nope. There we go. There's one. Stop shooting me. Oh, I see. I have to get away from the... Nope. I see. Yeah, okay. I get it. I get it. One more. Then I can land and refuel. Gah! Okay. Oh. Oh, this hurts my thumb a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, wrong way. Oh, shit, I crashed. Hey, there's Felicia. Hi, lurking as I prep for presentation tomorrow. Hope everyone is doing well. My thumb hurts. I'm not playing this anymore. Ow. Like, keeping that plane afloat. I wish I could probably use a thumbstick now that I think about it, but it's fine. It's fine. That's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of flight simulators or like dogfighting games where I have to like Star Wars Squadrons. Like I would like to like that game, but I suck at flying. So there you go. All right, Super Challenge Football. Sports games were key to Intellivision's sales campaign. So seeing a 2600 adaptation of NFL football without the pro license was a welcome sight to gridiron fans. Aside from a lack of kicking plays, the game delivers a robust simulation for 2 players. There's our box art. Pretty good box art. Yeah, alright. So this should probably be better than, like, than Atari football. Atari football was terrible. Alright. Up, down, left, action. Okay, so, alright. Hut? No? Hut? What's happening? What am I supposed to do? Left difficulty. What are you doing? Can I play or what? What's up? What's happening? Hold on. Up. Start. Oh, I have to press. Okay. Oh, I must have not pressed start, I guess. I don't understand. I don't understand. What's happening? I mean, this is just restarting the game. I don't understand. I'm pressing the action button. Nothing else seems to work. Huh. Is this broken? Is this broken? Like, I can press... No matter what I press, my left guy just walks up and down. And then that's it. And then he goes there. Oh, is it because it's a two-player game? Is that what's happening? Oh, so I guess I can't play this. It's a two-player game, is it? Must be. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense otherwise. I mean, there's no game mode as far as I can tell. Like, it very specifically says there's no game modes. Like, when I do this thing, right? TV mode. But it says no game variations, so... I can press L1 and R1, but it doesn't actually change anything. Like, there isn't actually any difficulty in this. So basically, I can only change to color and black and white. But it's still color, so that doesn't even actually change anything. I think it's because it's a two-player game. So the defense has to do stuff as well. And yeah, so it doesn't matter what I do because I have to wait for the defense. So, alright. Unfortunately, we can't... Oops, wrong button. We can't play this game. Which makes me sad. I would have liked to. Super Challenge Baseball. David Rolfe programmed both Intellivision's Major League Baseball and its M Network adaptation, albeit without the license. Like Super Challenge Football, it's designed for 2 human players only. There you go. But it's sophisticated enough to offer different pitches, triple plays, and extra innings. That's also good box art, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to try to play this. The shortstop might be missing from this game of America's pastime, but it's still one of the most advanced baseball simulations on the 2600. With a little practice, players can choose their pitch, switch between fielders, and control base runners. We're probably not going to be able to play this either, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, I can't do anything because there's no second player. Alright, we'll have to try... Well, oh, God, stop pressing that button. We'll have to try this... I'll have to try this with Felicia at some point. And then international soccer. While other M Network sports games aspire to realism, many rules have been omitted from international soccer in pursuit of fast-paced fun. 2 players are required, but the computer will move 3 teammates on both offense or defense while the humans focus on controlling just one. Again, good box art. Good box art. A smoothly scrolling playfield is the hallmark of international soccer, which delivers a fast-paced, arcade-style interpretation of the sport. To keep play brisk, the borders of the field will bounce the ball back into the play. While there is no single-player mode, the computer will take limited control over 3 of the 4 players on the team. So I think that's the problem, is that because it's a 2-player... Oh, but this one I can play because the computer takes control of the other players. Oh, that was dumb. Hey! I scored! And so we'll move back up to the center. But then we can just... Oh, but they won't kick the ball. So I can't... Yeah, okay. Oh, stop pressing that button. So yeah, anyway. These are only two-player. These are only two-player games. There's no single-player version of these three games, which is why I can't play them. But that's okay. All right. The Lost Library. M Network published 17 cartridges, with another 19 in various stages of development before Mattel Electronics' closure. Fans and historians have done their best to preserve screens, playable code, and memories of these unreleased games. So now the rest of these will be unreleased games, and I know there's a couple of them that are now playable. Like, for example, Ant Bear. Never officially released, Ant Bear makes its debut here for the first time. That's not very good cover art, but that's probably because there wasn't any cover art for this game. But 1 or 2 players. All right. Oops. Let's play. Ant Bear tasks. Excuse me. Ant Bear tasks players with carefully navigating an anthill with their very long tongue. Grabbing insects for points. Hold the fire button to quickly retract your tongue and avoid enemies. All right. Let's very quickly look at the controls. Extend tongue up, down, left, right, retract tongue. Okay. All right. Let's go. Wait, was that an enemy? I thought I was supposed to eat the bug. Alright, hold on, hold on. Oh, I see. Ah, retract, retract. Am I not allowed to touch anything? Or can I only touch the red things? Ah, okay. Oh, did I get touched again? I wasn't paying attention. Alright, well, I got one. Okay, so it's the red ants that I want. The green stuff I don't like. Got it. Oh, no. I touched something without realizing it. Yeah, I gotta eat the red ones, Al. I made it all the way to the bottom, though. Nope. I assume the ones at lower levels are worth more. Ah! That was close. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this now. Oh, it's getting dark. Nope, get down there. What? What did I touch? Alright, I think this is my last life. Oh, no, he's moving on. What happened? No more ants in this anthill, I guess. Oh, well, alright. We moved on to a different board. Okay, okay. Interesting. Nope, moving on again. Wait, oh, am I already dead? Is that what's happening? It's just showing me what other boards there are. Because he's not stopping at any of them. It is an interesting premise. I think I would have enjoyed this game. Alright. I mean, I do enjoy this game, I should say. Alright, what's this? In Search of the Golden Skull. Programmer Jerry Lawson, who designed Fairchild's Channel F... Oh, yeah! Jerry Lawson, who designed Fairchild's Channel F console, also created this treasure hunt adventure game that was never finished. Its large ROM and RAM requirements would have made it expensive to produce. It looks pretty cool, though. Jerry Lawson is a video game pioneer. Yeah, the Channel F was basically the first console, really. The first console with where you could input different cartridges. Every console before then was like hardwired. It came with the games that it came, and nothing else, right? All right, here we go. Sea Battle. A favorite of the Intellivision players, Sea Battle needed to be simplified for its 2600 debut in both gameplay, depth, and visuals, but still offers a strategic naval challenge for 2 players. Alright, I probably can't play this one either. It remained unpublished until 2000, and then only in limited quantities. It's good cover art, though. That's really good cover art. Whoops. It's War on the Water. So it sounds like it's basically Battleship. The strategy game pits 2 rival naval commanders against each other in open waters, each in control of a navy of 12 ships. Different vessels feature different weaponry and capabilities, but there's no retreating. Every conflict resolves with someone's ship being sunk. So I might not be able to play this game, because I think it's also 2-player. Up, down, left, right, deploy ship, fire weapon. Yes. No, yeah, I can't play this game either. Oh. Yeah, it's not happy. Alright. Unfortunately, we can't play the 2-player game. Sword Fight! The glowing weapon suggests Steve Tatsumi took at least some inspiration for his tactical combat game from science fiction films. Specifically, Star Wars. Unfortunately, Sword Fight's 2-player nature caused it to remain unreleased save for a limited production run in 2000. So again, I can't play this one. It's a 2-player game. And the cover art, not so best here. Yeah, a Battle of Blades. Alright, well, at least we can see it. 2 futuristic knights face off in a battle of blades in this head-to-head fighting game. Each player has 3 offensive and 3 defensive moves. When a fighter takes a hit, a layer of their platform is removed. Large RAM requirements back then was like 8 kilobytes. You're right, Hummus. I mean, that's clearly a lightsaber. But yeah, we can't play the game. What are the controls out of curiosity? Sword up, sword down, sword left, sword right. Activate lightsaber / move. Yeah, we can't even move the sword. Alright. Unfortunate. Tower of Mystery. Tower of Mystery, based on Dungeons & Dragons, was created by Jane Turjung, then modified by Mike Sanders. This prototype includes a special setting that limits the game to only 4 levels. It is believed this was created for demo use at the January 1994 Consumer Electronics Show. That's awesome. That cover art is awesome. Look at that image. That is amazing. Look at that. That's really good. I like that a lot. Nope. No, down. There's the back. All right. Magical objects aid players as they battle fantasy monsters in this early action RPG. This recently rescued 1-player prototype uses 2 joysticks, one for player control, the other for consulting the map and the current status of the quest. All right. Controls. Up, down, left, right, action, difficulty, tower size. Okay. Status screen, map screen. Okay. Tower of Mystery. What be thy name? Ooh. Oh. No. Za, apparently. My name is Za. Oh, a key. A sword. Can I... Oh. Oh, there's... Okay, there's a map. Wait, hold on, how do I go back to... Oops. How do I go back to... Okay. I don't know how to fight yet. Oh, I have a hat now. I already have a hat. Wand of Healing. Okay. Treasure. Does this just grab all the things? Oh, that's a ghost. my sword? Nope, just my fast feet. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. I seem to not be able to attack. Oh! Oh, I fell down a hole. Okay. Ah! Snake! Ah! I don't understand what I'm doing. Oh. Book. Okay. How did I use that? Confusing. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, whatever it is, I got it. Oh, the key that I can't use. This seems playable. Going further down. Those running sprites are. Oh, I escaped the tower. Oh, I'm on easy mode. That's why. Congratulations. Maybe that's why I can't hit nothing, because I was. You made it. Alright. So maybe if I change the, standard mode. Standard mode. Alright. Now let's do my actual name. Okay. There we go. Alright. Now maybe I can fight. Now I get nothing. Treasure. A shield. A hat of vision. Okay. I didn't see that before. Crossbow. I mean, that's a weapon. I have no key. What's this? Book. Just a book. Did the hat move? Yes, it did. Key. Later, Lo. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, that's the way down. Boots of speed. I have a key. Ow. Aha. Now I'm running around like a speed freak. What's this? It's mine, whatever it is. Okay. Let's get... another shield. Treasure. Wand of healing. Oh, down. Okay. More speed boots. So far, I've not run into any This is supposed to be the standard mode, and I've not run into any enemies. Do I need to be wearing the hat? No, right? That doesn't make sense. Ooh, hot cup of Joe. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I fell. Oh, I died. Aga has won. All right. This is a weird game. I'm not sure I'm doing it right, but you know, it is what it is. It is an unreleased prototype after all, so maybe it's not super playable. Notable and quotable. I had been told that I was going to get to work on the Dungeons & Dragons game. D&D was in my whole life. I ate, drank, and slept D&D, so I was really chomping at the bit to work on it. Jane Turgeon. Tower of Mystery EEPROM. Unlike retail cartridges, EEPROM's erasable programmable read-only memory allowed programmers to remove, replace, or rewrite the data on the chips during development. This Tower of Mystery EEPROM is from Jane Turgeon's personal collection. Look at that. Nice. Reunited. In April 2024, Jane Turgeon worked with the Video Game History Foundation to preserve one of the only known copies of Tower of Mystery. She was able to play her creation for the first time in 40 years. Nice. Alright. Mattel Electronics closes. After the 1983 game industry crash, the world's largest toy company suddenly found itself in grave danger with a negative net worth. Mattel closed the electronics division in February 1984 and quickly sold the Intellivision assets to a group of investors led by Mattel executive Terry Valesky. Under new ownership, a group of Intellivision programmers led by Keith Robinson bought Intellivision's library of games in 1997 and made them available for more than a decade. Atari acquired Intellivision's assets in May 2024. There you go. Bringing both brands under the same stewardship. The first console war. Alright, we're going to play this video. This is going to be the end, apparently. What we now call the console wars started in earnest when Atari and Mattel battled for the hearts and wallets of early 1980s gamers. In this video, players and participants on both sides reflect on that 50-year-old rivalry.
It's been noted over the years that when there are at least 2 and sometimes 3 consoles fighting it out is when the video game business is its healthiest.
I think there were only some of the business people for whom it was war. And even though I'm the one who started saying cartridge wars, that was a turn of phrase as a metaphor as opposed to and let's draw blood. But inside the toy industry, they really did think that way. Maybe it was mid-November of '82. And so we do a demo. But the VP of marketing, his fancy suit, in there. The VP turns his head very slowly and he looks at me and he goes, "What you have to understand, young man, is that we are at war. We are at war with Atari."
I like these effects.
Which tells you the attitudes of Mattel. Every sale that we make takes something away from Atari and gives it to us. And even if I can't sell it now, I can stop somebody from buying an Atari now with this game. And that's why we're putting it on television. And you have to understand that this is a war. I don't know if I can get my eyelids as low as his, but so we got the speech.
To Atari, it was a console war. To Mattel's Intellivision, it was a console war. To Activision, it was an opportunity.
And as kids, we didn't care at all. You know, I would go over to friends' houses to play ColecoVision, and I was amazed. You know, like Donkey Kong was amazing. The controller sucked, but the games were still a blast to play, and we just ignored that. And same thing with Intellivision. Tons of fun games in Intellivision. The controller sucked, but we didn't care. We were having fun playing the games.
It's just ironic that there is much less of a console war now, because I mean, how many different consoles can you play Call of Duty on?
All of them.
All of them? Right. So it doesn't even work that way anymore. But if you wanted to play a particular game, if you wanted to play Plimpton's baseball or whatever they called it, you had to have the Intellivision. There was no other way. And that certainly did make it a battle.
I mean, that still
Go
happens
back
now,
and
to be
look
fair.
at the
There
old
are exclusives
Intellivision and Atari
on every system.
commercials and how they duel in different ways and sometimes make fun of each other and so on. You see the height of it as far as the public was concerned.
It was definitely a console war between the two console makers, but we could use any console we wanted, and in fact would occasionally do that. We would say this game would work so much better on the Intellivision, let's put it over on the Intellivision shelf and work on it when we can. So yes, there was a console war, but there were those of us who benefited from it.
I mean, Atari was so far ahead in sales, I don't think they really worried about the Intel. Maybe at first they did, but they were outselling it.
Yes, it was a war, but I think that the money was so heavily on the Atari side that, you know, Mattel was fighting a losing battle out the door.
Atari sold about 27.5 million VCSs. But that's between 1977 and 1991. I don't know if that's if the numbers for the Intellivision are from just Mattel Electronics, but their total run was about 3 million.
Well, you know, they say that history goes to the victors. As the guy who coined the term console war, I would say actually that Atari won the first console war because as much as I hate to say it, we never caught Atari in sales. We never sold as many games, we never sold as many consoles. Making money in this business is something that you have to do in order to keep making games. We're driven by passion. We have a love of making games. In the end, console wars are the business part of it. We as game makers never felt like we were at war. We're just trying to build great games that will sell.
It's very, I like how he talks about that because it's very similar to writers. Like, we write our books. We're not trying to beat other people. We're just writing our stories. We want people to read our stories, of course. We want people to connect with our stories. But we're not trying to beat the other authors. We're not trying to make it so that they can't sell books anymore or whatever. But obviously publishers don't feel that way. Publishers, this is a business after all. We all have to make money. All right. Peace, love, and games. In the end, console wars are the business part of it. We as game makers never felt like we were at a war. We're just trying to build great games. That's what the guy just said. So there we go. So we've just finished the first console. That actually took a lot faster than I thought because there's a bunch of games that we couldn't play because they were two-player games. There's like 3 there, and then this one, so that's 4, and then this one, that's 5. So yeah, there's 5 games that we couldn't really play because they were two-player only games. But yeah, so we finished that now. Yeah, 100%. So there we go. However, I do want to check something out because I think that they added a game to the main part of the series without actually telling anybody. Because I don't remember ever playing this before. And it sort of just appeared. So, this one, the stacks. In 2012, Digital Eclipse's Mike Mika and Kevin Wilson worked with Ready Player One author Ernest Cline to produce The Stacks, an original Atari 2600 game based on the one created by the novel's protagonist. So, if you've heard me rant about this before, I apologize, because I'm going to rant about it again. But I think that Ready Player One is a terrible book and a terrible movie. I don't like them at all, right? If you like them, more power to you. I'm not trying to yuck your yum, but I hated them. They were not for me at all. I mean, actually, I think the opposite is true. They were too much for me that it turned me off. Because obviously all the references and shit that they make is stuff that I grew up with, but it just, yeah. I don't want to go on too much about this, but like I felt like it was just a collection. The movie especially was just a collection of references and not actually a movie. But anyway, they made this game, and this game wasn't here, I don't think, the first time I went through Atari 50, because this is at the very, very end. And either I missed it, I just went past this, or they added it. I think because it wasn't on my list of games, so I keep a list of every game that I have access to. And when a collection comes around, I also list the individual games, right? So it's not just Atari 50 full stop, it's Atari 50 Air Battle, it's Atari 50 Combat, etc. And the Stacks was not on my list. Yeah, exactly, L. Way too much pandering. It was way, way, way too much pandering. I don't like it. And I also think that the main protagonist is in the book anyway. I think they softened it for the movie, but in the book, the main protagonist is quite clearly misogynistic. although he tries to pretend like he isn't, and I think Ernest Cline tries to pretend like he isn't, but I don't like it. It's bad. Anyway, again, I don't mean to go on and on. So I didn't play this game in the original run, so I'm gonna try it now. Or can I try it? No, I can't try it. Oh, maybe this is what it was. It wasn't actually there to play, because I can't actually play it. It's just sort of there. My mistake. See this? Okay, so there we go. So I think I saw this and I thought it was playable. I must have seen it the first time around and realized it wasn't playable. It's just you could just look at it. And then as I was flipping through the second time, I thought, oh, how come I never play this game? So now I have to delete it from my list because it's not actually a game that I can play. I don't have access to this game. So let me go to my Atari 50 area here and delete this because the stacks is not actually playable. Let's delete that. Delete. Actually, excuse me. Ooh. I have to delete it in 2 places because I have 2 lists. Oh my god. I have one list that I keep so that I can check when I'm out and about. I can check it to make sure to see if I own or don't own something before I buy stuff. And then I have another one that has like, oh, have I beaten this game? When did I beat this game? So yeah, I gotta delete this because I don't actually have it. All right, well, since we still have about 20 minutes left before it's time to go, we can make that game happen with ChatGPT. No, I don't want to. Thank you. I mean, this game does exist. I just don't have it. I just don't have access, and it's not here, obviously. So what we're gonna do instead is go to the game library and play. We're gonna play Neo Breakout, and then we're gonna play Vector Sector. Because these are games that I like, that I enjoy. Boop. Boop. Everything's pretty slow right now. It will get faster. Hey! Ooh. One more? Oh. Really? Okay. Oh! You idiot! Yay! Okay. Time barrier breached. There we go. Oh! Ah! Oh. Oh, I got a second ball. Ah! Oh, and I missed them both. Son of a bitch. Whoa! Mother... Am I done? Is that it? Oh, there's a ball trapped in there. I see. Oh, I got another ball. Ah! Ah! Damn. Oh, new high score, is it? I'll take it. Somehow. Oh, they're all me. Alright, what's Battle Breakout? One player versus CPU. What is this? Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, I see. Oh, goddamn. Oh, I see. Ah! Oh, interesting. Oh, damn. Oh, come on. This is hard. Somehow I got that point, even though... Oh, you know why? Alright, I think I understand. Oh, fucker. Ah! Really, Dan? Oops. Oh. Ooh. Point player one. Is that me? No. Yeah, it is me. Okay. I am player one. Oh. That was, I don't know what happened there. Oh. Ah. Yay! Player one win. What? I got a trophy for that. Haha. Yay. All right. So. Oh, you can make your own. That's pretty cool. All right, well, we won't be doing that right now. Oh, wait. Sorry. Quit editor. Excuse me. That's... Okay, that was cool. Wait, can I create one that's all just the same color? Okay. All right, let's play this level. Very simple, obviously. But I think there's a trophy that if you get 15 of the same color in a row, so maybe I can just... I can cheat my way. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like I've done 15 already. Ow! Fuck. I've never seen this game before, but I see its noticeable similarities to Tetris. Hey, Maria. No, this is Breakout. This predates Tetris by a good 5 or so years. Maybe longer, even 10 years. Not this one specifically, but the concept of Breakout. This version only came out like 2 years or 3 years ago now. But the original Breakout, yeah, that was like in 1979 or something. Which I think predates Tetris by a good 10 years, because Tetris came out in 89 on the Game Boy, right? Maybe it came out earlier in Russia, but in the West it only came out in 89, I believe. Get that corner piece, you son of a bitch. Oh, fuck. You son of a bitch. Come on. Ugh. I'm gonna need you to go in the corner, ball. Yay! Okay, good. Alright, back to editor. So no, that didn't count, obviously. Alright. Quit editor. Okay. So let's do... Wrong button. Yes. Let's do some vector sector, which I love. I love vector. We'll do some vector sector. Actually, you know what? Let's not do vector sector. Let's do... oh, not this one. Let's do... Tempest 2000. There we go, on the Jaguar. Yeah, I sliced it. That's right. I was trying to slice it, L, but I couldn't quite get it. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Tempest 2000. Let's do it. Up and down. Okay. Oh. Alright, let's do this one. Sure. 6,000 bonus. Let's go. I'm probably gonna die. Got you. Oh no. I wasn't paying attention. This is hard. I forgot how hard this was. Ah! Oh, I missed that one. I made it! Yay! Super Zapper Recharge! I don't know what that means. One up. Oh, I got caught. Damn. One life left. Alright, Maria, give me a second. Ooh. Oh, it caught me. But I got one-ups. I got a lot of one-ups. Particle laser. Oh. I think it's better if I just stay in one place, frankly. But again, maybe I get less power-ups. Oh! Is that it? Am I dead? Nope. Last life. I did not have a new on, L. I didn't even know that existed, to be perfectly honest. Like, if I just stay here, like, if I just stay in one place, there we go. Like, staying in one place seems to be the way to go. Super Zapper Recharge! Did I figure out how to, Did I figure out how to cheese the game? I may have. Don't know what jump enabled means. But yeah, if I just stay in one place, that seems to be the way to go. AI droid. Oh, that's what that little cube is. It's just Super Zapper Recharge. I think I've learned how. I think I figured out how to cheese the game. Is to just stay in one place. Until something tells me not to do that, I'm gonna keep doing it. Literally no reason not to. Oh, that's what. So there you go. Those guys that are faster. Well, I still had a life left. So there you go. I found the cheat code. Yeah. Hell, I did find the cheat code. Let's just stay up here. So the only one that's a bit of a problem is the is that fast one. I gotta make sure I'm shooting at the right time. I feel bad, but also I feel good. Yeah, droid, get up and a 1-up. Hells yes. Thank you. I feel kind of bad. But I would like to see the end of... Oh, I don't have a... Okay. We'll just stay here. No, we'll stay here. Here? Oh, I missed the... Oh no, they caught me. How did that happen? I should have just stayed put. I should have just stayed put. Right here in the corner. No one puts baby in the corner. I discovered it legitimately. Yeah, I did. Particle laser, which I think makes things a little bit easier. I don't know what jump enabled means. Yes, AI droid. Help me. Help me, my AI droid. Avoid the spikes. Is there a... I mean, there's got to be an end, right? Well, let's go over here. Ooh. Yay, particle laser. Just in time. I just kind of want to see if there's like a final level or something. Oh, that was a big one. And I got a one up. Hells yeah. Avoid the spikes. That's a weird one. We're staying at the bottom. Nope, bottom I said. So weird. Give me my AI bot. Thank you. Yes, droid. Yes. Woo. Does this just go on forever? No, right? I can literally jump. Ooh, that's a weird one. We'll stick to here. Or actually, let's stick to here. This one. So I can get my particle laser early on. I can't tell. We're out of here. That was quick. That one was quick. There we go. Later, Al. I'll be finishing soon. I'll send folks your way. Ooh, 750 there. Whoa. Oh, that's a big... I got him. Jump enabled. That was a big face, that was. I think those green things are the spikes. So the fact that I stay in one area is actually good. Because it means that, that I never have to worry about a spike being in this one lane. My AI... Although my AI droid does a pretty good... Well, it says something, one more for something. Suddenly I got two triangles up there. the damn... Alright, that's alright. Well, I would like a, Uh-oh, there's another big face. Okay, I got the part. I got the particle laser. Good. And a 1-up. Yes. I'm unstoppable. Avoid the spikes. Do I have VC by chance? Oh, what's VC, Maria? I'm not sure what VC is. That was quick. What most players tend to remember about this game is the soundtrack. It's pretty good. Oh, voice chat. What do you... No, I don't, I guess. Like, for you guys to do voice chat, I do not have that. I guess I could have it. By, like, putting on Discord or something. But I don't normally have it, no. There has to be an end to this, right? Like, this doesn't just go on forever, does it? I mean, presumably, one would think you'd start sort of... You'd start seeing, things, like, double up. And another 1-up. And an AI droid. Yay, AI droid. Avoid the spikes. Just give me my... Thank you. Oh no, it fried me. Okay, so that's a... Jumping in. Oh, that's the thing again. Uh-oh. Those things fry me. Those things don't like me. Alright. That thing's gonna fry me again, isn't it? Woo! Okay, good. Phew, we made it out. Okay, I got the 1-up. To replace one of those lives that was taken from me. Oh, it fried me. I really hate those things. They're not as easy to kill. this looks different. Is this the final boss? No? Maybe? It looks like maybe it might be. Oh, there's a lot of weird shit. Oh, it fried me. Oh, there's a lot of weird shit. Hey, Eugene! Thank you. I think this is the final level. Oh, I missed it. Damn it. Oh, you fucker. Uh-oh. Alright, I can't sit in one place no more. Ah, no worries, Eugene. No worries at all. I understand. Oh, what? Oh, ooh, I got a 1-up right before I died. Oh, you motherfucker. It shot me. Game over. All right, well, I got really far. I think that was the last level. Yeah, A. J. Hell. There we go. Not bad. Number 5 there. Not bad. Alright. But I'm no beast, apparently. Look at that yak. At 50,017 points. Alright. Alright, well, we're ending. Enjoying the snow, King in the North. Oops, wrong button. Alright, that was fun. That was some Tempest 2000. Alright, we are finished with Atari 50. Unless they put out more DLC, we have played a little bit of every game on this collection, and it's got a lot of games. I may come back to some of them on my own time and try to finish them on my own time. And then play some of the 2-player ones with Felicia, maybe, just to kind of test them out a little bit more, a little bit better. But, yeah, this was a fun time. Let's go back here. So, yeah, we did. Everything has now been explored to 100%. Look at that. 100%. Everything done. Thank you, Eugene. Yeah, I still need to play. That's. I finally was able to do it. Yeah. So, all right. What's coming up for me tomorrow? For a Dan Playster's backlog, I will be playing the Tomb Raider Remastered collection 1 through 3. So I'll play half an hour to 40 minutes of, or no, 40 to 45 minutes of every game. The first 40 to 45 minutes of every game in the Tomb Raider collection 1, 2, and 3. I've never actually played those early Tomb Raiders, so this will be entirely new to me. I only played the trilogy, the what is it? I almost said bootleg, not bootleg. The reboot. that's what I was looking for. The reboot trilogy that came out fairly recently, which is like Rise of the Tomb Raider, then Tomb Raider, and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think. It's fun when you miss looking at one piece of art or something and you have to figure out why you only have 99%. Yeah. Well, thankfully, I was able to do everything as I was doing it. But I think, yeah, so I was lucky in that regard, Eugene. So that's tomorrow. Thursday, I'm continuing finally Wind Waker. I was not able to find another gamepad, but I did buy a Wii U, like a Wii U regular controller. So I'm going to try to use that on Thursday instead of the gamepad. And then on Sunday, Felicia will be rejoining me, and we'll continue Disco Elysium. I think we have to fight some Union guys, twins, I think, maybe, or talk to them at least. Hopefully not fight, because we're not very good fighters. And then next Tuesday, Felicia will also come back, and we'll finally continue and potentially finish Lego Horizon Adventures. I think we're close to the end, actually, so we might finish it that night, or maybe another stream after that. What's wrong with my gamepad? It's old, and it makes weird sounds, and sometimes it doesn't connect to the Wii U itself. So I have to like it'll pop up, a little screen will pop up and be like, oh, the connection's been interrupted. It only lasts for like half a second, but it does pop up too often, frankly. That controller definitely might come in handy. Yeah, I think so too, Maria. But yeah, my gamepad is just old. It makes a weird sound as well sometimes, like the inside is like really chugging along. And so I tried to buy a gamepad when I was in New York, but I was informed by one of the shops that I went to that actually it doesn't make sense for them to sell gamepads alone because everyone wants a gamepad. But if they sell gamepads, then they just have a bunch of Wii U's lying around that nobody wants. So if I want a new gamepad, I might have to buy an entirely new Wii U potentially. I don't know. We'll see. The Nintendo store doesn't have any more gamepads either, Wii U gamepads. Obviously, it's all Switch now all the time. Oh, it's Heavy. Hi, Heavy. Do my joysticks grind yet? On what, the Wii U gamepad? Not yet. Not the joysticks seem all right still. Wow, Heavy Waves coming in right at the end. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Before I go, let me see. Like I know L started their stream already, but let me see if anybody else is streaming, and I'll drop their links. No, it looks like it's just L streaming at the moment. So let me drop their link. L also did a pretty cool video, a song and a video that they wrote. Like they wrote and did a song, like it's a whole Vocaloid thing. It's pretty cool. How dare they not stock gamepads? Yeah, right? Once they port those last few exclusives from Wii U to Switch 2, maybe you won't need that gamepad anymore. Yeah, I mean, basically what I'm waiting for is a Zeldas. If they put the two Zeldas, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, on the Switch, then yeah, I won't need the Wii U anymore, really, because Xbox Xenoblade Chronicles X is being ported, or has already been ported to the Switch. And there's a couple of games that I downloaded that I got right before the Wii U store shut down. Xenoblade Chronicles X was one of them, but there's a couple other ones that I think are only available on the Wii U. Like it makes use of the second screen on the gamepad pretty substantially. So yeah, yeah, remastered HD Zelda. Yeah, those two Zeldas, Heavy. Basically, the two Zeldas are left over from the Wii U. I mean, they're from the GameCube and then the Wii and then the Wii U, but those ones basically, it's Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are the ones that are left. I think every other, not including the DS games, every other Zelda is already on the Switch. Every other Zelda with the exception of the DS games, and of course that's going to require a whole other thing because of the dual screen on the DS and the touchpad and stuff on the DS, so that's going to take a little bit more finagling to port those over to the Switch. But like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess should be easy enough to just port over. But those are the gooder versions. Thank you, Hummus. Yeah, thank you. Want to try VC one day? I don't know, Maria. I'm not a big fan of hearing people's voices in my ear while I'm playing games, to be perfectly honest. So maybe one day. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, not anytime soon, I don't think. I think I'll just keep looking at the chat. Zombie. I don't have Zombie U, Eugene. I don't have Zombie U, so that's not one that I've played. But yeah, that would have to be ported as well, without the U, obviously. Oh, Zombie U is on other consoles without the U. That's funny. All right, guys. All right, I gotta go to bed. It's 12:15. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate it as always. Go watch L. Go watch L's video if you haven't seen it yet. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can drop a link to L's video, because it's pretty good. Here it is. It's called Forever Divine, and it's like a Vocaloid thing. It's pretty fun. So here, let me drop it here real quick. L wrote this song, and they said they're gonna try to do a version where they're singing it as opposed to having the Vocaloid sing it. But there you go. You can go watch L's video. It's pretty, like, the song is pretty catchy. I like it a lot, actually. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I've had someone join me on Discord for game tips while streaming. Yeah? Oh, yeah. You had Jose do it, right, Eugene? Omega Ace. You can share your screen with them so they get real-time view of your gameplay instead of on the YouTube delay. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, maybe. I'll think about it. I do like to sometimes discover shit on my own, even if it takes me half an hour to do it. But all right. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow for the Tomb Raider Remastered Collection. Wait, I'm not ready. Here we go. Bye-bye!